Hello fellow traders, this is Alice and you're on Alice Binary Guides channel. Today we have your very favorite 100 backtesting deals in which we test different trading strategies to finally find the best one. And today's strategy is based on ADX indicator. This is one of the most popular tools for measuring trend strength. We will figure out how to set up this indicator correctly, how to use it in binary options trading, and of course we will conduct backtesting on 100 transactions. And actually we haven't done for a really long time live sessions, so if the backtesting results turn out to be positive, we will definitely conduct a trading session on the real market. Let's start with a little fun fact. If you go to Quotex and click on ADX indicator, you will see this indicator. And do you know what's funny here? This is not ADX. ADX is an indicator consisting of one single line reflecting the strength of a trend. And in this case, this green line is actually the ADX. But since ADX measures only the strength of the trend, it is conditionally useless without an indicator that determines the direction of the trend. Therefore, it's often used in combination with an indicator showing positive and negative directional movement, also known as D plus and D minus. And in this case, these lines are blue and red. Well, the indicator combining ADX with D plus and D minus is called DMI, Directional Movement Index. And in fact, on the Quotex and most brokers, we see DMI and not ADX. So again, the treacherous brokers are aligned to us. Let's go to the ADX itself. So, average directional index. This is an indicator that helps traders measure the strength of the trend, but not its direction. ADX is expressed by one line on the escalator and varies from 0 to 100. It is considered that if the indicator value is below 20, this indicates a weak trend. From 20 to 50 indicates a strong trend, and anything above 50 is a very strong trend, almost like a natural trend. Again, it is important to remember that ADX does not show whether the market is moving up or down. It only tells you how strong the current trend is. The trend direction is shown by D plus and D minus lines. To add our ADX indicator, simply open indicators, and the first one in oscillators is going to be ADX. As you remember, this is not ADX, but DMI. But anyways, so the line of ADX is going to be green for me, and the period is going to be 14. It's optimal in my opinion. Everything that's higher than 30 is going to work not well. 14, 15, that's a standard one that I'm using. And with the plus and D minus, the period is still going to be 14. But the colors, I don't understand why they made the settings default like both red colors. I don't understand why they do that, so I am choosing for blue and red just to see the difference between them. So okay, let's look at our chart and make our indicator much bigger to see better. And what does it show us? Let's look at the green line first. It shows us what at this moment the trend has in terms of its strength. And right here we see that ADX was lower than 20, and of course we understand that at this point there was not a huge like a specific trend, an uptrend or a downtrend. Right here we can tell that the more powerful trend is being born, and in here you can actually see, if you put your cursor on the indicator on the right, you can see the percentages there. And the level here was around like 20, right, and higher than 20, of course. So that means it's a quite powerful trend, and impulse movements are more obvious. With this strategy for today, I will say that we will only work with the trends that are higher than 20% of ADX. Next one, with D plus and D minus, of course, they show us the direction of the price. And first of all, we are going to look for the crossover of those. For here, we see that the blue line is crossing over the red one, and it's going from bottom up, and that's a signal for us to go for an uptrend. And when we have the blue line crossing the red line from the top down to bottom, that's a signal for a downtrend. Of course, in this case, the ADX again was higher than 20%. That's why this deal we would open for a downtrend and we would close it in black, which is good. And in this situation, in the moment of crossover, the ADX was exactly at the level of 20, maybe a bit higher. So this deal would be also closed in black. And what else? With the strategy, we will talk about it on a trading view, and for now, let's do a little summary of indicator. But before that, if you want to understand the use of indicators more deeply and learn how to analyze the market competently, join my online academy. In this academy, I have not only created a detailed online course, but also constantly help my students personally. And also, each student has his own supervisor who will always help you with any questions about the course. And the course is absolutely free as always, and all the materials are also free. In order to start learning right now, you don't need to do much. The course is available on Telegram and you can join by simply texting me personally. The link to my Telegram is as always in the description box down below, so do not miss the chance to improve your skills and achieve success in trading with us. Okay, now that we set up the indicator, let's summarize everything. It's important to understand that most strategies work best in trading markets when the price moves steadily up or down. So in today's strategy, we will open trades only if the ADX is above 20. As up to signals, we will use the built-in D plus and D minus lines. If the D plus line crosses D minus from bottom to the top, this is a signal for an uptrend. And of course, respectively, if it crosses from the top to bottom, this is a signal for a downtrend. Okay, let's talk about the examples of the strategy. So right here we see a really long downtrend, and right now price actually is changing the direction. First things first, we'll look at ADX indicator, so the green line, and in this case is around 35 level, so it's a really strong trend. That's good. Let's see what's gonna happen to the price, and the price was wobbling but still growing, and on this candlestick specifically, we got a signal that we can enter into a deal for an uptrend. Of course, we look again at ADX and it's still higher than 20. In this case, it's around 30. And the blue line is crossing the red one from the bottom to the top. And from this candlestick, when it is closed, we are entering into a deal. As always, we do this for 3 minutes. Let's see what's gonna happen here. And we see that the price actually got higher, and at this candlestick at the moment of it closing, our deal would be closed in black. So let's put a little emoji right here, and with the 80% of payout we would get around $80 as a result. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna work with this table again. As always, I'm gonna do 99 more deals. It's a really easy strategy, and of course I'm not expecting amazing like super cool results, but I still believe that we can get good ones. But the only thing I'm gonna say is that I'm gonna move away from classical strategy, and besides the DMI indicator that we use, I also am going to add exponential moving average with the period of 150 to filter out bad signals. What do I mean by that? So first of all, let's change the period of 150 and change the color to yellow. I want to do this because if you look at the example that we have right here, you can definitely see that we have the downtrend and the price is lower than our exponential moving average, but ADX still gives us the signal for an uptrend, which means we are going to work against the trend, and that's what I want to, not what I want to do for a backtesting on 100 deals, imagine that. And that's why I am just gonna change it up, make it better right away without doing double the work. So now let's get started our backtesting, and we have 99 deals to go. Well, we're finally done with the back testing, and let's talk about the results. 64 deals closed in black, 36 closed in red. Win rate, of course, 64%, and the profit is $1,520 with the payout of 80%, even though the strategy is really, really simple. The main thing I got from the back testing that without exponential moving average, the strategy would give us less results, like it would be lower than 50%, I believe, because there is a lot of bad signals against the main trend, the global trend, and the result would be much worse. But in general, that's a great thing, that's a great strategy. So let's even change the name of that it's not just ADX, it's ADX EMA, and of course let's put it in our chart. So this strategy is number 7 between all of the things that we've done before. It's a great result, and besides that, there was a lot of signals. It took me not that long to finish the back testing. Usually it takes me like around an hour, 40 minutes, and like around 2 hours, and this one took me just a little more than 1 hour for back testing. I believe that's a good strategy, and we need to try it on a real market. Let's get started with our live session. We haven't done that for a while. We have our ADX indicator. I added EMA indicator as well with the period of 150. Expiration time, as always, is going to be 3 minutes, just like in back testing. And the amount of money that I'm going to use is going to be 2%. So in my case, it's going to be $293.68. And I have a lot of currency pairs. I will try to find the first entry point, and let's get started. Okay guys, so I think that's the first entry points. I wouldn't say that I'm a big fan of that because the trend is quite weird, but the turnover is quite possible here. Let's trust our strategy. We see the crossover right here. The blue line crosses the red one from the bottom to the top on the previous candlestick, and ADX shows us 21.80%, which is quite okay. And the price is of course higher than exponential moving average, which gives us the ability to enter into a deal. And we have 3 minutes, and let's wait and see what we're gonna get. Okay guys, so we have the tradition to start the session with losses. I guess this is the day. But at the beginning everything was quite good, but the pullback ended and the price went down. And my mood is also down. But in any case, it is what it is. Let's just continue, and the next one is going to be open for 4% to get the money that we lost right now. So I don't think I will continue with this chart. Don't really understand what's going to happen next. Let's move on to other currency pairs and try to find another entry point. Okay, so guys, so let's still open the deal for a different direction, even though we didn't catch the turnover to the uptrend. Let's do the global trend, which is downtrend. So it's a weird signal right here. We have obvious signal for an uptrend. The blue line crossed the red one from the bottom to the top on this candlestick, but still the price dropped on the last candlestick, of course. But the next candlesticks, they are showing us a different signal for the downtrend. The blue one crosses the red one from the top to bottom, and ADX with just a little bit lower. It was 1965, which is it's okay. Better to have higher than 20, but 1965 is not that bad. And now we wait for 3 minutes and see if we get the money. that was dangerous, but the deal was closed in black. I'm not gonna say anything about that. It was not easy. It was really close that the last candlestick is gonna break us down, but we got the strategy right. Everything is great. I'm changing the amount of money that I'm using back to 2%, and the next one is going to be open for 2%. Let's continue trying to find an entry point. Okay guys, so this situation is potentially interesting for an entry point. The only thing is ADX is too low. Okay, maybe we're gonna skip this one, but at the same time I don't really like that we are pushing to like this top point, and yeah, the ADX is still really low. I was so excited at the beginning. Okay, we're not gonna risk it because we're gonna go against this strategy, and let's say you didn't see anything. I didn't say anything, you didn't see anything. Let's continue. Okie dokie, so we found an interesting point right here, and this time is for an uptrend, and for like a couple of days Quotex been lagging a little bit, but in any case, what do we see here? We see the crossover of the blue and red lines from the bottom to the top, D plus crossing D minus, and ADX is showing us the level higher than 20 at the moment of the crossover. It was 23%. General situation, not too shabby. The trend is a bit jagged. This is not really a downtrend. This is an impulse movement down, but we are opening a deal for an uptrend. There is a possibility of a turning price, but we are working not with my knowledge, but we are working with the strategy, and the strategy tells us that we are open the deal correctly. Let's see. Okay, so the deal is closed in black. As you can tell, I am really happy. We have $292. This is great, and I think we need to find one more entry point. I didn't expect this impulse. That's why I was so happy. And we still are going to find one more for you to see the theory on practice. Okay, see, this is going to be the last entry point for today. What do we have? The price just broke through the moving average, and it's moving downwards, and we are expecting it to move even lower. We have the crossover of the blue line crossing the red line from the top to bottom, and ADX at that moment was 23.3%, and that's a good trend, powerful trend. Let's wait for 3 minutes as always and see if we got the money. Okay, that was a good one. The last one is closed in black as well, so I was a little bit concerned about this level and didn't expect that the price is gonna drop so drastically, and from this level there is potential that the price is gonna do the little turnover, and it was a bit scary, but in general, as you can tell, everything happened the way we planned. We are doing great today with this strategy. I would definitely say that you should try it on a demo account. Interesting strategy, good one. And we are talking about ADX. Other lines in other strategies are not needed, But ADX level can be actually used in a different way as well. While I was looking at this one happening, for example, right here, you're just sitting down and looking, you see the pullback, and at the moment of pullback, you're trying to understand if there is an impulse or not. You can open ADX and look at the green line, and that will tell you if there is an impulse or not. You can ignore the plus and minus and just use ADX with other indicators. And with this strategy, I don't know if it would be profitable for us to add other indicators. Maybe stochastic would make the win rate higher, maybe, I'm not sure. And probably I would say the strategy is quite balanced enough. So my verdict, good strategy, try it on the demo account. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use it in my trading experience, but again, you can try just to learn something, and I would definitely use ADX just to see the movement of the trend, basically. I like the results in general. If you like this video, make sure to check out playlists of 100 backtesting deals where you will find other videos on this topic. And that's gonna be it for us for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.